This week on Wrapping with Jan, we will be making 5 projects. A card made out of some of the packaging that the Hero Arts kit came in. A gift bag. We've got a sympathy card with a matching envelope. We have a nice card for a friend. And then we've got a tic-tac-toe board made into a gift bag. And this is Jan Monahan for Wrapping with Jan, and I'll show you how I made all of these. Okay, I just came from the mailbox, and there was a little present in there for me from Hero Arts. And so this is the official unboxing of the May monthly Hero Arts kit. Now I did order one of the extras, the BFFS, Best Friends Forever, and I especially like the rings in the trees and all the nice little sentiments it has here. And yes, a nice thank you note. Let's see what we've got in here. Anything else? No other goodies? All right. Use that for some other thing. Okay, well, let's take a look. Oh, look at this. Okay, we have several wonderful things. First of all is the happy thoughts and the trees and good stuff like that. And this particular piece of packaging I might use. I'll have to figure out a way. But here are the stamps. And we've got kitties and kites and kids and trees. And oh yeah, I think I'll probably try and use that with something. And we've got, oh my gosh, we've even got fruit. We've got a pear. Do we have an apple anywhere? No? Okay. Oh yes, there is. There's an apple right there. Okay. And we've got green grass and thank you for the beautiful moments and swinging in to say hello. With brave wings she flies. Okay. We'll try that. And I'm going to save this. I'll probably use this. I try not to waste anything. And here is here are all the die cuts for this. And we've got, looks like we've got some washi tape. And I haven't seen anybody use the washi tape yet. So I'll have to, we'll see what we can do with that. And this is the washi tape. They call it masking tape. I call it washi tape. Okay. Now if we can find something here. Here, let's use the back of this. And this has all the forest greenery, it looks like. And it looks like it's got little purple flowers and berries and all kinds of things. So we'll see what we can do with that. And now these, I've been looking forward to these. I don't know what I'm going to use these for, but I'm going to use them. And because they are so delicate, and they're, what did they call them? The skeleton leaves. they're delicate and they show all the veins of the leaves. And I'll do something, I promise. And of course we have another tree. We have a tree stencil. Haven't seen too many people do anything with that. And then all this watercolor paper. This is fantastic. All right. Gonna have to do something with the watercolors. And so we'll see what happens. Okay, we're on to project number 1. Now, this I'm sure looks familiar. This is the packaging that came in with right behind the stamps. And I just cut it down to fit the front of my card. And because I don't like to waste too many things. And this particular image is really pretty. Really happy and calming. And I thought, well, why don't we use it? So I took this, I cut it down, and I want to make it look like the tree is coming down. The leaves are heading towards the ground. And with magic of double-sided tape, we've got that done. Now, from the kit, I've got Happy Thoughts, and I have stamped that on white cardstock, and I've got some banner dies. I cut it out of the green paper, the same green paper that I had here from my stash. And we're going to put this down at the bottom. And by the way, this is a very quick, very simple, very easy card. There you go. And also in the kit was the ribbon, and I went ahead and tied that. And I'm going to put that right there. And from my stash, believe it or not, I think this is from another Hero Arts kit. I think this was probably August. And I've got this little charm that I like a lot. And I'm going to use that. So let's just quickie glue this bow. And if you don't have that charm, no worries. You could use a button, you could use any other kind of charm. I suppose if you were really into polymer clay, you could probably make something out of polymer clay. I am not a good, I don't work well with clay. So, and this we're going to put a whole lot on. A whole lot of this glue. And this is the Ranger Multi Matte Medium. And there is card number 1. Did this in less than 2 minutes. All right, we are on to project number 2. Okay, for project number 2, we're going to make a, well, nobody likes to send them, nobody likes to make them, but we have to make them for those unfortunate times that somebody needs our support. But this is a sympathy card, and what you'll need is I'm using Tim Holtz's Stampers Anonymous, which has all kinds of leaves, and I'm using the leaves from the kit, the skeleton leaves, and I'll show you how to put those on. I'm also using a piece of ribbon from the kit, And I'm using also the prayers that is from Hero Arts also. And this particular set comes with all kinds of nice thoughts and sentiments, and it also comes with the big word prayers, and it's die equivalent. So let's get started. To start out, I took the piece of foam out of my MISTI because these particular stamps already have the foam on them and they won't work quite as well. But I'm going to strategically place these on my MISTI, and then we might have to come back in. I don't know. I think that'll work. Well, how about this? That might work too. It doesn't matter. You don't have to use leaves. You could use images of trees. You just something serene and peaceful for these type of cards. And I've got, come on, get in there. I've got several different colors of green, and many of them are the Hero Arts. I'm just going to ink up my stamps with different colors of ink. And I've got greens and yellows and browns and let's see, what's this one? Peeled paint. And you don't have to be careful with this because you're using the continuous color of green. Nobody's going to get excited. It's Twisted Citron. I've also got a tea dye stamp, tea dye color. And what else? Where's my forest moss? Here we go. All right. Let's hope that's enough. Because I really don't want to have to ink this up again. All right. Say a prayer. You know, put some serious pressure on this. There we go. That's better. All right. Now we've got our card all made, and also from the kit, starting it with the kit, we're going to show you how to glue on these leaves. They're very delicate. Gifts of nature generally are. And I've tried just about every way to adhere them to a card, and this is the best way that I've found. What I'm using here is Ranger's Multi-Matte Medium, and make a very thin line or very thin layer of glue, adhesive, whatever. And then very gently run this through and affix it to the card. And you've got to work quickly because this dries quickly and you might tear your leaves. And the last one. Make sure you get a good coat on there. There we go. Okay. Now ideally, it would be good if we waited till it dried, but we don't have that kind of time. So what I did ahead of this is I put some 1/8 inch double-sided tape on the ribbon that came in with the kit. And we're just going to stick it down like this. And cut this off. And then we're back to the prayers. We're going to put that right there with some more adhesive. And after this adhesive dries, I'm going to go ahead and use some glossy accents I think I've got, and that'll make it shine and make it stand out. I did cut 3 images of the word prayers, and I stacked them one on top of another, once again to call more attention to the word prayers. There we go. And if I can find my card base here, where is it? Oh, here we go. And this is a 5.5 by, no, this is a 5 by 5 card base. And goes on just like that. And if you had a really flat button or some kind of charm, that would work too. And I did the same thing to an envelope. So there is your card. And your envelope. And let's hope we don't have to send these out too often. All right, there's project number 2, and we're on to project number 3. Okay, on to project number 3. For this project, you will need a small gift bag, preferably in the craft. You're going to need one of the add-on items from this month's kit, and this is, what is this called? Bestie Stamp and Cut. Now this is, it's bunch of, it looks like cut off branches, and that's basically what I'm going to use it for. Also, I've got from the Tim Holtz collection, I've got a birch and pine stamp, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what we're going to do. From the kit, I used some of the watercolor paper, and I watered down some brown watercolor, and I saturated the paper before it's saturated with water before I started painting, and then I just painted it all brown. No rhyme or reason, doesn't take any talent, just slapped it on there. Okay, now in your MISTI, and again, you don't have to use your MISTI. I've taken out my the foam pad that's in there because this already has a foam pad. And we're going to get started. Okay. So first thing I'll do is I'll ink this rubber stamp up very well with some tea-dye ink, and this is just Distress ink. This isn't Distress Oxide. Now, I have given this watercolor paper time to dry, so we're not doing this on wet paper. This has been drying for a couple of days. And this particular gift bag is going to be for my husband. Our anniversary is coming up, and I'm not sure what I'm going to put in it. Something small, I'm sure. And yeah, we're almost there. All right, last time. Okay. Very good. All right, let's take this out. Put this back. And because we're going to be doing more stamping, I need to replace the pad and the grid. And since it's a bag, and I don't like to give gift bags without a tag, any kind of gift tag, I'm going to use what's in the kit here, or what's in the add-on. And once again, I'll use the tea dye color. Well, all right, that's good. Got that. There we go. And since it's my husband, and I do love him, we've been together 30, what is this, 37, 38? I don't even remember. I'll be lucky if he remembers the day. And the designers of this did a very good job of making this look carved into the end of a branch. There we go. Okay. Now we're done stamping. And next thing we need to do is adhere the watercolor paper to the front of the bag. All right, center this. Do a little bit better job. There we go. And again, I'm using double-sided tape. Now, before I started filming, I cut out 2 of these. I stamped them and cut them out from the stamp set. And to make it look a little bit more realistic, like these are cut off branches, poking out from a tree. I'm going to put some dimensional tape on the back. Now you could place these anywhere. I'm just trying to get them at least a little organized. All right. And then we're going to tie some ribbon. I usually use raffia from the Barrett Company. I've had really good success with them. And we're going to attach the tag, except he'll know who it's from, but that's okay for our purposes. And there, my friends, is project number 3. All right, on to project number 4. First of all, you're going to need 3 colors of Distress Oxide, doesn't matter which. You're going to need the stamps out of the May kit. You're going to need some Perfect Pearls, a little mister, and some black ink that won't run. And we'll talk about that after this dries. All right, first thing I want to do is I'm going to take this and we're going to saturate this. And this is the watercolor. This is the watercolor paper from the kit. All right, that's the green, and I believe this, this is peeled paint, okay? And then we're going to use some fossilized amber, kind of a mid-tone for what I'm trying to do is make a landscape kind of scene for a bunch of kids that are going to be doing a bunch of stuff with the trees. All right, that part was easy. And again, that was fossilized amber. And last, I'm going to use Salty Ocean. I didn't want to use Stormy Sky. I thought that was too, I don't know, just too dark a color. So, yeah, Salty Ocean for the sky. Okie doke. All right, now you've got a mini mister. I'm not quite sure how else you would do this without the mini mister, because you don't want to waste too much of the Perfect Pearls. They aren't cheap. I filled up mini mister. It's about halfway full of water. And I'm going to put some Perfect Pearl dust or powder, whatever you want to call it, in there. And I'm going to use the back of the handle of my paintbrush to put that in there. And I'm going to put a fair amount in here. And once we get done with that, we'll give it a good shake. Whoa, that's a lot. Okay, I think we've got enough. Where's my lid? All right. And because the Distress Oxide works well with water, we should get a very creamy and pearly background. And really saturate this. And it doesn't matter if things run, that's all right. And I think I used everything in the bottom. Okay, yeah, I used all of that, and we're just going to let that dry. And as soon as it dries, I'll be back. Okay, now that my card design is dried, and I've taken the branch, or I'm sorry, the trunk from the kit, and I have printed that on my watercolor paper. Now it's time to build my tree, and I'm hoping, let's see, now let's do this. Yeah, I think I'd like to do this, and we'll do that, and this, and that. I think, let's see, how about if we take out one of these smaller branches and have it sticking out this way. It'll look a little bit more balanced this way, I think. I think so. All right. Now we want this little bicyclist here. And my son started out in architecture school and then changed to engineering. But I remember he always used to say, "Mother, you need to ground your people, your animals, anyway." He wanted them to be standing on something and not floating in the air. And I guess I can see that as an architecture student. So, all right, I'm ready to close my MISTI and get this going. All right. Now, hopefully, I can do this in one or two passes. And here we go. Guess the best place. Okay, that's all right. I take my pen and fill in a little bit. I think the recipient will get the idea. Now, take this out of the MISTI, set this aside. And I tried this on a bigger card, and it just didn't look right. So, what I've done, I took the, it's the little things that count stamp from the kit. And I'm going to put it on the back of the card, and then we'll glue it to the card base. And get this centered. And there is project number 4. Okay, for our 5th and final project, we're going to make a tic-tac-toe board, and we're going to put it on a gift bag. And you could use this for Valentine's Day, you could use this just about anywhere. But the first thing I've done, I took a piece of cardstock and I cut it to the size of a small gift bag. And then I took the trunk of the tree from the kit, and I'm starting to make a tic-tac-toe board. And I want it to look as rustic as the branch slices here. All right, here we go. And now, as promised, I said that I was going to find some way to use the washi tape that came with the kit. And I like to keep my promises. So, instead of using double-sided tape, I'm going to use the washi tape to tape down the tic-tac-toe board. Okay, we'll go get our handy dandy scissors here and trim all this off. Okay. Now on the back of these branch slices, I have put on some dimensional tape. And now it's time to play tic-tac-toe. So we've got hearts and we've got circles. So, and I don't know whether I'm going to be able to use all these, but I thought I'd make them anyway. And we're going to have them being in the middle of a game. Let's see. Do that. And that. And then we'll put the other two down here, because I don't think anybody's going to win this game. And that's usually the way it is with tic-tac-toe, unless you're playing with a little kid. And I went ahead and I made a matching gift tag. And we're going to tie on our raffia. And this is the last project for this video. And at the time of this taping, the May kit for Hero Arts was still available. And so if you're interested, you know, they only make a certain number, and once they're gone, they're gone. So go ahead and jump on the computer and Tell them what you want. But anyway, some of these projects will be available on my Etsy site, or Etsy, however you want to pronounce it. And my store, if you want to call it, on Etsy is Bag Lady Gifts. And this is Jan Monahan for Wrapping with Jan, and I will see you next time.